the one and only Rob, the hockey guy, Rob Williams, back here with Sekeres Price. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, guys. Yeah, it was a fun night. Happy for PJ in his book. Got my copy right over here, guys.
Nice.
Right
here. Did you get it autographed? Did you get it inscribed?
See, I already had my book, so I didn't have it with me to get.
I
should have brought it with. But even if I had, guys, the lineup to get to PJ,
it was
night,
quite large. It was quite large.
Get near him.
Yeah. I'm actually just looking at my inscription now.
Yeah. We're so much
Well, there was just so much going on last night that when he signed it, he gave me back the book, and I didn't actually think to read what he wrote. Anyways, Rob, let's get into it. We asked yesterday on our Redwoods Golf Course poll question, is it now clear that the Canucks made the right call with Pettersson over Miller? Or was it always clear, Rob Williams?
I think it was the only move to make, and I think, look, even if JT Miller, look, right now Pettersson's totally outplaying JT Miller. Is that going to continue for the rest of the year? I suppose it could switch, and maybe Miller's just having a rocky start, and the pucks are going in a little bit more for Pettersson right now. It was always the right call because given their age, it was the only call, right? Pettersson had the higher ceiling by a mile, whereas Miller, when you're letting him go there, you're going, okay, how's he, he had been remarkably durable for the Canucks, but he's getting into his 30s now. Like, how much longer of that JT Miller are we going to see? So this could be the start of a decline for Miller. It might just be a blip, but the decline is going to happen, and you'd think that it's going to happen relatively soon, right? Like, he's not, like, few players can play that kind of style, that rugged, power forward style, like until age 35. And what is he now, 32? So yeah, I think the move was always to keep Pettersson, who's just turned 27.
Are you confident that Elias is all the way back, Rob?
No. I really am encouraged by his play of late. I think that you look at his numbers now, like the biggest thing, like, look, he's played a good two-way game all season, blocking shots, taking face-offs. He leads all NHL forwards in blocked shots right now. He leads all NHL forwards in face-offs taken, which really shows you how much they've had to lean on him. He's taken almost double the number of face-offs as Atu Ratu has, who is second on the Canucks. So that really shows you, like, how much they've leaned on him this season. But we were missing kind of that bottom line. We're missing those point totals that you expect from a number one center. And you look at what he's on pace for now. He's on pace for 74 points, 23 goals. I'd like to see that goal total up. He's still not shooting the puck enough, right? But we have seen the pucks go in a little bit more of late, coming off a 2-goal game. Like, those are respectable numbers for a number one center. They're fine, right? They're not like top 10 center. They're not like franchise, like, center, the numbers that are going to win you a cup necessarily. But if he's playing a really good two-way game, getting tough matchups and putting up 74 points in a season, yeah, that's a good season, right? So I think we're good on that, but I want to see this for a prolonged period of time, because I feel like it's happened a lot in the last 2 years where he has a good week and we go, oh, okay, he's back? Is he back? I want to see this for a longer period of time, and I think that I still want to see more of that PD magic, which was just, I don't think it's just that we got used to it and we just take it for granted now. We haven't quite seen the dynamic play that we used to see from Pettersson, where he would leave you with your jaw on the floor like multiple times a game. That guy's not quite back yet, but we're seeing definite signs of progress. He's definitely playing better than he was last season.
The hole is so deep, and I don't think you're in this group, but there are skeptics that seem like no matter what he does, he's not going to win them back. And I agree wholeheartedly with you. The sample size is too small of the great play to jump to conclusions one way or the other just yet. But, I mean, the truth of the matter is if he's a above a point per game over the next 3-4 games, he immediately jumps into an 85-point pace like pretty quickly. The math will be there. What do you think, if anything, can win back the true skeptics, the PD doubters? Does it need to be 10 points above a point per game sort of thing to win those kind of people over?
I think it's the magic, right? I think if we see the old PD, if he's playing like he was, I mean, just look, if the point totals are there, I think that people are going to be on board. But yeah, a combination of those two things will have people right back on board. I think every Canucks fan wants to love Elias Pettersson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been the most frustrating guy to watch for nearly two full calendar years, and they are just begging for that guy that we saw in his early 20s and his mid 20s to return. I think that's. I don't think it's going to take all that much. I think people want to see the Pettersson that we've seen before. I don't think he has to morph into some superhuman necessarily to win back the fan base.
What do you make of the reaction to Gary Mason's article, which did not come with any references or a point to any sources, but it made the suggestion, and one that is not unique to his column. We've talked about it here numerous times, that there may be a point this season. Now, they're tracking slightly better right now, the Canucks are as a team, but they're still below 500, for heaven's sakes. There may be a point where trading Quinn Hughes this season is the more prudent move. How do you think the fan base is reacting to that en masse? I mean, we've been very clear here, Rob. Maybe the most exciting and most skilled player to ever don the Canucks jersey individually.
Yep.
No one is kicking this guy out of the city, but you got to make business moves sometimes. How do you think the fan base is reacting to that sort of being put in lights in the Globe and Mail?
No, hard to say, right? Because, like you say, I mean, Gary Mason wasn't really bringing anything brand new to the table. It's just we know his connections, right?
Yeah.
So when you read it from Gary Mason, you read it in if Rob Williams had written that, everyone would have just been like rolled their eyes at Rob maybe, but
yeah.
But it's Gary Mason, and we know his connections, to the higher ups. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there's necessarily a big freak out about that column, like widespread freak out necessarily. It does raise an important point though. Like, I think we all just want to know, like, is Quinn leaving? Is he staying? Is he considering staying? Is he pretty much gone? From his interviews and his body language this season, it definitely, is that just him being really frustrated with how the team is playing? Is that a sign that he's on his way out? I think it is a good point though. Like if the Canucks are going to miss the playoffs, and if Hughes has got his one foot out the door and he's not going to be open to re-signing with the team, the time to look to trade him is now, right? Like, it's immediately. I think that you have an advantage if you are obviously if you trade him before the deadline this season, the acquiring team I think they get a couple of things. One, they get guaranteed that they can have 2 playoff runs with Quinn Hughes. Think about how many good teams around the NHL would think, geez, if we could add Quinn Hughes to our lineup, we're going to win the Stanley Cup, right? Like that. Like, there's there'd be a long list of teams that would be like, we are a Quinn Hughes away from being like the odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup. So you get that. I think the other important thing that you get with trading Hughes now rather than in the summer is that he's not able to sign an extension yet. He's not able to sort of tip his hand necessarily. I guess he could off the record, but the acquiring team will think, we'll bring him into our organization. He'll fall in love with our team, with our city, and he'll want to sign an extension in the summer. Whereas if you're acquiring that player in the summer, what if Hughes doesn't want to sign an extension with you right away? What if he hasn't played on your team? Maybe he doesn't want to commit to 8 years sight unseen, right? So I think it does give you that advantage by trading him before the deadline, where that team gets more time with Hughes on his current contract, but also more time to convince him to stay long term.
You're spot on, Rob Williams, as per usual. Lastly, I want to move over because, Blake, I found myself in a media huddle last night at the PJ book launch. It was Robin Haar. Gemma was there from CP. Farhan was there. Several others were there. And the talk of the town was the Vancouver Goldeneyes and the PWHL. Think of the weekend we have here. We got the Goldeneyes debut on Friday. We have the sold-out Whitecaps BC Place playoff game on Saturday. Goldeneyes, Rob, they're sold out now, buddy, and this looks like it's going to be a big event for the Vancouver sports fan.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome. I think there's a real buzz for this. I was at the PWHL Takeover Tour game when they visited Rogers Arena last year, and it was just so cool to see. It's like it was a different crowd. Like, there's a lot of families, a lot of little girls at the game, tons of signs, like homemade signs in the crowd. It was really awesome to see. Like, people are really really looking forward to this. Like the buzz in the crowd for watching Toronto and Montreal play was incredible. I can't wait to see what the buzz is going to be like for Vancouver's own team, starting in the PWHL.
I hope there's some drama. I hope there's some goals being scored, because it's important to sink the hook into those fans. You got all those fans live. I hope it's not a 1-0 game. I hope I hope there's something there to hold on.
And this game will be on TSN for those who, now can't get a ticket.
Yeah.
But, the other thing we should mention, we're new to the PWHL. So you have this game, the home opener. They have 4 home games in December from the 6th to the 27th. 3 home games in December from the 6th to the 20th. And then, Blake, they have just one more home game until March. And that's a combination of road trips, takeover tour, and Olympic break. Right, Rob? That keep them away from the Pacific Coliseum from December 20th till March 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I think it was Gemma or Har, I can't remember, was the one that was bringing this up. But yeah.
January 22nd. They have a January 22nd home game at the Coliseum. They have the one game between December 6th or between December 20th and March 1st.
It's like it's going to be like the new MLS schedule where they have like the 2-month break in the middle of the year here. But guys, I'm looking so forward to being in the Coliseum again. It's just, brings me back to my youth watching Canucks games there, and it's just the history of that building is really cool.
I finally saw some mezzanine photos, and because they're the lone tenant, they get to dress it all up. The wallpapering, it looks great.
It looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm not old enough to remember to have been alive for the Canucks first game at the Coliseum, but I was there for the very first Vancouver Giants game. And you're talking about, having some memories and things happen. I remember just like brawls galore in that game. I think they were playing Kamloops. I don't know if we'll see brawls in the PWHL game.
No,
that would be fun. I mean, give me something to write about. But yeah, hopefully we see some goals.
Yeah, 100% with you. Yes, check those listings for your Goldeneyes schedule, because it is a little different compared to normal schedules you might be used to in different leagues. Awesome stuff, Rob. Thanks for this. Enjoy the games this weekend. We'll catch up next Thursday.
Thank you.